Greetings, everyone. I'm Mustafa Kashif, and welcome to another episode of today's podcast. So, as we all know, there are 7 continents in the world. 5 of those continents are females, and 2 of them are males. In today's video, we will highlight a few of those continents, and we will talk a little bit about them. We will talk a little bit about Asia, Antarctica, North America, Europe, and Africa. But more specifically, we're going to talk about Europe, North America, and Africa so as to illustrate the point that I wish to make in this video. Male and female. Europe and North America are the 2 females that we wish to talk about today. So those 2 continents will be highlighted as females. And Africa will be highlighted as male. Now, as we are going to highlight them, we're going to discuss a little bit about the definition of male and female as it relates to natural resources. I repeat, the definition of male and female as it relates to natural resources. The definition of male is that he provides, he protects, and he produces, which means that he must be actively producing something, protecting someone or something, and providing for someone. That must be the definition of male as it relates to natural resources. And the definition of female as it relates to natural resources must be that she depends on her male counterpart for resources. And she must be the one who extracts resources from her male counterparts so as to provide for her offsprings. The relationship between North America and Africa is one wherein North America extracts resources from Africa so as to feed her offsprings, meaning her population. And she is dependent on her male counterpart for the very resources that she will extract to feed her offsprings. Without her male counterpart providing and producing that resource, she goes into decline, meaning North America will go into decline. So her male counterpart, Africa, is actively producing something for her, actively providing her with that which he produces, and he's also protecting her from falling into decline. The same goes for Europe. The relationship between Africa and Europe is one wherein Africa is actively producing something, providing something, and protecting someone. And Europe depends on Africa for her livelihood and sustenance, and that which Africa produces. She relies on her husband or her man or the male in her life for her sustenance. She relies on it, meaning she depends on it. And she's also actively extracting natural resources or her sustenance from her man, her husband, who produces it, provides it. And if he should decide not to let her have any more of his production and that which he provides, she will fall into decline. So he is protecting her actual existence as a male to a female. So that is the definition of the relationship between Africa and Europe. That is the relationship between Africa and North America. That is the relationship between Africa and Asia. Because Asia does not produce much in terms of natural resources, except for human labor. And even with the labor that Asia does produce, it still needs the natural resources from Africa. So Asia is also female. Antarctica and Oceania, female. The only other male that exists in this relationship of 7 continents is South America, because South America produces natural resources. Not to the same degree as Africa, but he produces natural resources. So by definition, South America is of male persuasion. A lesser degree to Africa, but male nevertheless. So therefore, I conclude that of the 7 continents that exist, 2 of them are males and 5 of them are females. The 2 that are males are Africa and South America, and the others are female. Therefore, I submit that whenever we refer to Africa and South America from here on out, we should use the term he or him with regards to those 2 continents. And to the other 5 continents, we should refer to them as her or she. Stay tuned for part 2 of this discussion, because there's going to be a part 2. Subscribe and follow for part 2. You're going to love it. Thank you for listening. And I greet each and every one of you, my brothers and sisters, with the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.